Good evening and salutations. So about 9 months, I wound up doing a video about the title was called "Is It Worth Still Going to the Movies?" And I list off a couple of things about like the ticket prices and like just dealing with like rowdy crowds and like is it really worth it and stuff like that. And a couple of days ago, a story came out about this guy getting attacked by some rowdy teenagers at an AMC theater. So we'll watch the clip, and I feel like this is the part two. If you didn't watch the first part, definitely sit there and check it out. We'll leave it in the well, it'll be at the end of the video, so you can sit there and click on it. But I feel like when you sit there and watch videos like this, when you hear stuff like this, it's just another reason of why most people don't go to the theaters.
Downtown movie theater this week.
And he says it happened after he told that group of young men to quiet down during a movie. WBZ's Paul Burton is live in Boston. Paul, I know you had a chance to talk to him, and he says he's just looking for accountability.
Yeah, Tiago Rentz loves to go to the movies. It's something that he does frequently. Little did he know by asking a group of teens to be silent during the film that he would come under attack.
I covered my face. I think this black eye I have was the first punch. I turned my body against the wall.
Tiago Rentz is speaking out after he says he was attacked by a group of teens inside the lobby of this AMC theater on Tremont Street in Boston. You can see the black eye he received. The 35-year-old says last Wednesday night he went to see a movie with a female friend. During the film, a group of teens were making loud noises in the theater.
A group of 8 guys and 2 girls, they started making noise, clapping, screaming, disturbing all the people, and I asked them to be quiet. I asked them for respect, and they just ignored me.
He asked the group multiple times to quiet down and even left to go get an AMC manager to deal with the situation, but he says they never addressed the issue. Rentz says after the film, as he and his friend were leaving, the teens stopped him in the lobby of the theater.
And I couldn't pass. And they started hitting me, and they were punching me for 2 or 3 minutes.
The group eventually fled. Boston EMS checked Rentz's injuries, and police eventually arrived on scene.
I want the attackers be identified. For the theater, I think they need to hire more people to work as security.
Rentz, who's a postdoctoral student at Harvard Medical School, says he's completely shocked at what has happened to him and disappointed in the way AMC has handled this situation.
I came here to do research, and I was just trying to enjoy a movie, and then 5 guys attacking me, like 5 against 1, and it's not fair. And the theater didn't answer me. Like, I don't feel safe anymore.
And we reached out to AMC Theaters for comment multiple times, but have not heard back. Boston police are still investigating the incident. In Boston, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News.
Well, that's a goddamn shame. I mean, I have so many damn questions. Like, okay, why are we sitting there thinking like, okay, cool. So why this guy was sitting there getting his ass whooped? Like, what was his female friend doing? Like, was she just watching with popcorn? Did she try to help? Like, what was her role in this? Right? Now, I've dealt with that before, right? I've went to the movie theaters, and here's my thing. Usually, what I do is I go to the movie theaters in the mornings, right? Because I don't like sitting there dealing with like teenagers and just assholes in general, or whatever. So I usually go early in the morning, right? But I've dealt with that before, and it's not fun. Like, first of all, the ticket prices are already expensive. The concession stands are just out of control. I got to deal with all that to go to a theater and deal with a group of assholes. This guy, like he said, he went to like the managers or whatever to sit there and be like, "Hey, listen, dudes are acting up, whatever. I need you to go in there and like talk to them or whatever. Like, we paid money to go and see our movie, whatever. We want to enjoy our experience." It was shitty on their part there is no denying that about the fact that they didn't even come there and say anything or did anything or anything like that. I do think that maybe security would definitely help. Of course, that's going to raise the money and everything like that, but I do feel like that was worth it. Now, if I'm going to be completely honest, because I've heard other people sit there and talk about this, like, oh, listen, if they would have said something, then he wouldn't have got that ass whooping or whatever. No, I still think that he would have got an ass whooping, right? Like, even if somebody would have came there and talked to him, like, practically told him just, shut the fuck up or whatever, the minute he would have left that theater, or after it was over, they would have sat there and whooped his ass. So like that beat down was going to happen, right? I've heard back in the day that ushers will come in from time to time or whatever and check just to kind of make sure everyone is good. I feel like they need to start bringing that back, right? They need to start bringing that back. Because like I said, the movie experience is just not the same. You wait 30 minutes to sit there and see a movie. Most movies are about like 2.5 hours long. You practically have to sit there and plan to go see a movie now. And honestly, to tell you the truth, listen, I'm not sitting there. Like, I feel like movie theaters and the movie experience definitely have their place in society, right? But if we're gonna be honest, like if we're gonna be real, and I'm not trying to take money away from the movie theaters, like this is where streaming just becomes so much more easier and a lot more better. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, you don't have to sit there and deal with other people and their issues that they bring to the theaters. You don't have to sit there and deal with overpricing tickets. You don't have to sit there and deal with long as trailers and commercials and stuff lasting 30 fucking minutes. And again, you don't have to sit there and deal with rowdy assholes. AMC is kind of expensive on the weekdays. And you couldn't even sit there, they couldn't even do the bare minimum of even sit there talk. Like, that's the part that I feel is the most egregious part. They couldn't even be bothered. They're like, oh, no, it's not my problem. And I was not there listening. I was listening to John Campion and stuff like that. And I think it was Rob that did make a good point as far as like a lot of times these teams or whatever, there's no accountability because no one holds their feet to the fire. The teachers don't hold their feet to the fire. The parents don't hold their feet to the fire. He sat there and he told the management, and they didn't sit there and hold their feet to the fire. So as long as, hey, granted, this is a society problem, I'm not going to sit there and really get into a full sermon, but it's like they felt emboldened because no one even bothered us, that didn't even check them. I would have felt better about that story, at least if AMC would have did their job. For all the money that you sit there and pay 17, 18, nearly 20 goddamn dollars you pay to sit there and go to that theater, to have such a shitty experience as he had is unacceptable. It really is. I don't even know what else to sit there and say about that, except for I feel bad for the guy. I also think it's some pushy shit that they sat there and they jumped him, but like that's something entirely different. Anyway, what are your thoughts in the comment section below? Just about this whole mess. Like I said, I saw that black. I was like, God damn, bro! Like, y'all did all that because he told on y'all. Y'all even sit there and even get lectured. They didn't even bother to sit there and do their jobs. Like, no, and again, no one's not just saying they need to come to his rescue or whatever. But part of me's kind of just like he went with a female friend, and the female friend was like, looks horrible. Glad I wasn't there. Like, what the fuck happened to her? That's what I want to know. Anyway, what are your thoughts in the comment section below? I'll see you in the next video.